All right, this is Dan Meyer with RCR Wireless News at the Telecom Consoles Innovation Showcase here in California, and I am speaking with.
Hi, I'm Doug Makishima, COO of Private Sentinel.
Great, Doug. Thanks for taking the time today. We appreciate it. So maybe give some overview of the company, kind of what you guys bring to the market.
Sure, Private Sentinel is a new company, a startup, focusing on personal safety solutions. So we've developed an app and a service that provides SOS safety alerts real time through an app, but of course there are many such apps out there, SOS apps in the market today, so we have two.
Yeah, what makes you guys different out there in the market?
Two important twists.
Okay.
The two differentiators are, number one, it's a crowdsourced social community, so if you can see on the screen here, we have a map, so with my position I can see other Sentinels, so other people who have this application that are part of the community can respond if I issue an alert. So of course it does the traditional things where you send out predefined email and SMS to three of your predefined contacts on the application. But if those contacts are nowhere near you at the time you have an emergency, they can't come to your aid. So the community aspect is a very powerful aspect of our platform.
So the safety part of it is kind of a big part of what you guys are doing then.
Yeah, safety and immediacy, and
Got
the
it.
community response, and the crowdsourced community response is a very powerful concept, and we're test marketing this right now in Budapest in Hungary, where the development team is, and it's very well received. The other aspect of our differentiation is
Keep going.
the other aspect of the differentiation is what we call a smart sticker. So you can see here, it's a very thin sticker on the back of my phone case here. Uses Bluetooth Low Energy, and it's a physical button. Uses iBeacon protocol, and it allows you to trigger an alert without having to bring the app up. So part of the problem with some of these emergency response apps is that you have to bring your phone out of your pocket or your purse, you have to hit the power button, swipe your pattern or type in your code, bring the app up, and then trigger the alert.
Got it.
With this smart sticker, you can actually just triple tap on this and trigger the alert immediately. Now this can be built into the case, it can be built into a child's toy, it can be attached to a pendant for elder care, so there are a number of applications that can use this triggering mechanism. So these are the two main differentiators, the external trigger and the crowdsourced community that provides that safety net.
Got it. Now the trial that's going on in Hungary right now, can you give some insight into how that's been going? I guess maybe any sort of examples of how it's being used in that environment so far?
Sure. Well, it's a beta field trial.
Okay.
So it's live on both the Android Google Play Store as well as the iOS App Store for Apple.
Right.
And the company is coordinating with local municipalities, universities, insurance companies to offer this as a social, crowdsourced SOS safety net. And again, the community is growing, so when you look at the map in Budapest, you can see more and more Sentinels, and that's of course one of the keys to the solution is to have this crowdsourced capability in the immediate vicinity of where you have your emergency alert.
And it seems like that adds a bit of stickiness to it as well, because customers can see, or users can see, like you said, other people in their area, and I'm sure that kind of drives even probably more usage because they want, people want to be part of that community. It would seem as well.
Absolutely, and to use we're the blank of blank. We're trying to also be the ways of personal safety apps.
Sure.
So you can also mark locations, get smart city feeds through an API to identify areas of high risk. Or maybe there's a hazard, there's some construction, there's a fire, terrorism alert, and that will warn others in the community. So it's not necessarily to provide safety and come to your rescue for an alert, but it's actually providing a community service to ensure that others don't stray into an area.
Sure, that's a very important part there. Can you talk a bit about the robustness of it? Because again, when you look at public safety, that's always, people want to make sure that something like that works pretty well. And I'm guessing, obviously there are public safety networks out there already, but what you're offering is almost a more localized version of that. I mean, it's really almost like a one-to-one kind of communication between a social community about what's happening out in the space, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, reliability is very key.
Yeah.
And currently the app relies on an IP connection to send out the alert, but if there is no data connection at the time, it can encode the alert in an SMS and send it out via SMS. So, yes, you do need to have phone connectivity, but of course you need to have that if you're trying to dial the PSAP, the 911 or 999 number as well. But we think the built-in redundancy that we have makes our system more robust. And again, maybe one or two Sentinels don't receive the alert nearby, but it gets broadcast out to a pretty wide radius, so you can be sure, if you look on your map, if there is that safety net there, that you'll have somebody that can either come to your aid directly or at least verify the alert and then contact the authorities.
Yeah, and how important is this environment here at the Telecom Council, what they're offering you guys to be able to meet companies in a very rapid way? How important has that been to kind of what you're being able to advance and kind of talking to customers out there? How important has that been for you guys?
Well, sure, Dan. I think the most important thing is meeting with telcos and operators here to see what level of interest they have in partnering, rolling out, or maybe even, I mentioned it's a small company, we are in fundraising mode as well to scale. We have a trial going on that's doing quite well, so the results are there. And we've already talked to a number of operators. It's still early in the morning.
Yeah, it's early day, yes.
But we've seen significant interest so far.
And I guess, yeah, what are you hearing back from them? Are you getting some pretty good feedback? Like you said, are they kind of interested in this? Is it still kind of early stages? What's been the general conversations you've been having so far?
Certainly early stages, but I think two themes. One is just the general community alerting and being able to offer this type of a service to their subscribers as a value-added service. The other theme that I picked up on is smart cities.
Okay.
So a lot of the operators are trying to connect their cities, geographic areas, in their subscriber network coverage areas, and provide that IoT and smart city overlay, not only for connectivity but services such as this.
Yeah.
So there could be actually two-way interaction in that you can provide this as an app and service for subscribers as an alert, but you can also take feedback from their smart cities data and feed it into our app via an API. That
sounds good. Well, again, we just heard our ding that we're almost out of time. So hey, we definitely appreciate the insight today. Thanks so much for that, and thanks for the information.
Thank you.
All right, this is Dan Meyer with RCR at the Telecom Council's Innovation Showcase. Thanks for watching.